What is up, YouTube? It's Unruly coming back with another Dragon Ball FighterZ video, but I'm not bringing you any crazy footage. I'm going to bring you a top 10 list of characters that I think should be in the game. My personal favorites that are a little bit more obscure, but that I think would be great in the game. Now, before I get that started, these guys aren't going to be on my list, but they're not on my list because I'm pretty sure that they will be in the game. Number 1, Piccolo. He's gonna be in the game. Krillin, super favorite. Tien and Yamcha, those guys are staples in Dragon Ball. You gotta throw them in. They have plenty of fans, and I'm thinking, yo, there's a pretty dang good chance that they'll be in the game. But number 10 on the list, character that I love. Some people might not love him, but it is Oob, the reincarnation of Boo. Now, some of you are gonna be like, well, Kenny, he is not canon because Dragon Ball GT is no longer canon. Yes, I know that. But in the newer episode of Dragon Ball Super, Goku mentions Boo, and he mentions Boo's reincarnation into a good boy, which is Oob. Now, I believe in the Super timeline he would be really young, but maybe down the line he grows up and he could be in this game. I'd love to see him. Why? He was really cool. He's got a great design. He's got a mohawk. He's very powerful. He represents for the human race. And he's a brother. You know what I'm saying? He's from this tropical island. He takes care of his family. He's a good kid with a strong heart and even a stronger fist. And I'd love to see him wreck some people in Dragon Ball FighterZ. Number 9. This super powerful fighter from the other world who fought Goku and went toe-to-toe with him. Pikkon, another awesome character. He can be part of the Green Squad, and that's pretty awesome. He uses the same technique as Piccolo and uses weighted clothing to train himself. And I think a lot of people, he's got a good fan base, and I'd love to see him in the game. Number 8, Czar Bond. I found this art on the internet, and it kind of shows off both his sides. He's probably my top 3 favorite characters all of Dragon Ball. I really love the beautiful fighter aspect. He's this beautiful, sexy man fighter. He reminds me of Vega, but he's extremely powerful and just able to whoop some butt. And I'd really like to see him in this game be really cocky and be just kind of like maybe, I'd say like Angie Mito maybe of Guilty Gear. And it'd be great. It's one of my faves. He can have a transformation super, but let's get Czar Bond in there. One of Frieza's right hand man, who was one of his close bodyguards. I didn't like the other guy so much. Dodoria, I believe that was his name. Not as cool. All right, but some of them are like, hey, Kenny, I love Dodoria. Right, you can do it. Number 7, Raccoon. Raccoon would be fantastic for this game. Raccoon would fill that giant character position. He's this giant monster who's probably the strongest in the whole Ginyu force, or the Ginyu squad. I like to call him squad, but in the Ginyu force, next to Captain Ginyu. And he can fill that Potemkin role. He could be a big grappler, a big powerhouse character that's a little bit slower, but just does some major damage. He had some amazing battles in Dragon Ball Z, and I'd really love to see him. Number 6, Android 17. Another character with a great design who kind of goes with that sexy, beautiful fighter archetype. I'd love to see this character in the game. He was a super badass that went toe-to-toe with any of those Super Saiyans that you saw in Dragon Ball. He was very cocky, really cool. Dig this guy. I'd love to see him whoop some booty. And next on the list, the beautiful, the deadly Android 18. She was great. She was one of my favorites too, because it was cool to see a female character just going in there and whooping some butt. And I think that's what this game could use, some awesome female characters, and she was one of the, if not the strongest female characters in the Dragon Ball Z universe. And now that there's Super, you're gonna be like, well, Kenny, there's a female brother. I know that, but this is she'll be in another wish list or something like that. And we don't know too much about her. But Android 18 would be fantastic. Number 4. Yes, this bad boy right here. Great character. One of my faves as well. You know what? I love Dragon Ball, so they're all my favorite. But 16, just awesome character. Could be that just big giant grappler style. He's got guns for hands. I really like him. I know I say almost every character is my favorite, but he reminds me of the Terminator. He was this android programmed to kill, but then he found love and was like, I'd say a cross between Terminator and Frankenstein. He's like, yo, I'm not this monster. I'm going to be good. I'm going to fight Cell. And Cell's like, man, I don't even need you. I wasn't even programmed to even know who you were. Who are you? What? And I think he'd be great. He'd be someone I'd love to use. Alright. Number 3. Berto, a member of the Ginyu Force. The fastest member of the Ginyu Force. That's what he's known for. That's what he was put on there for his immense speed. So it would be great to see this character be in the game and be like Chip in, I would say, a Chip in Guilty Gear. He'd just be super fast, maybe not just damaging, but he's just rush down, kind of like Gohan. Gohan is a very fast character in the game and takes off a lot of power, but his limbs are really small, so you have to really get in there when you play Gohan. So maybe Berto's a little different. He's a little bit bigger. He can get in there and have not as much of a problem as Gohan, and to get there and fight, but he wouldn't do much damage. Got to represent for the Blue Squad. I love this character, great member of the Ginyu Force. And while we're there, we got to talk about the Captain, Captain Ginyu. Great character. Just really cool. The strongest person, and you got to represent Team Purple. We got green, we got blue. You got to get that purple in there. And staple in Dragon Ball, because how badass would it be him doing some awesome supers and just busting a crazy Ginyu pose, right? I think that would be cool. Super cool. We're almost done with our list, and next is, well, the number 1. I think he would be the coolest character in the game. It's a character that I've kind of grown to love. It was a character that I didn't really like when I saw him at first, and I'm like, man, I don't like this character. He's kind of lame. And that character is Mr. Satan, aka Hercule in America. He would be the joke character of the game. He would be the Dan Hibiki, and man, I don't know what it was, but the more I kind of went back and watched Dragon Ball, I love this guy. He was just awesome. And then that video they did where they were recapping the fight of Cell, and it was done by like characters in costumes. It's probably one of the funniest episodes of Dragon Ball. You know what? It is the funniest episode of Dragon Ball. It's hilarious. This guy needs to be in the game, and how amazing would it be if he fought like Faust, right? Using traps and rocket launchers and capsules, and using all kinds of crazy stuff to fight all these insane characters. And man, come on, it just fits. Faust is a crazy character that just threw out everything in the kitchen sink. Same thing, Mr. Satan Hercule could pull out rocket launchers, machine guns, you name it. It would be great. I would really hope this character goes in there, and I think he's my number 1. Most of that list wasn't in order, but the number 1 character I'd love to see in the game is Hercule, Mr. Satan. It would be really rad. Alright guys, that has been my list of the top 10 characters that I would like to see in this game. Now if you feel that I missed any, or if you feel like, yo Kenny, how could you put this character instead of this character? This character would be so much better. Leave it in the comment. Give me your top 10 characters in the comments below. I will read them. I love it. I love the sense of community. So you'll be like, yo, Kenny, my top 10, boom. I have another video, guys. And now if you notice some characters were missing, like Brawly, there's another video, top 10 characters from the Dragon Ball Z movies. Because the Dragon Ball Z movies were not canon. Brawly's not canon. Janemba's not canon. but I would still like to see him in this game, and there will be another list. So in this list, your top 10 characters from the canon Dragon Ball Z universe. Oob is confirmed canon, right? So let's do our top 10 canon characters, and on the next video, when I do the top 10 characters from movies that are not technically canon, but are still in the Dragon Ball Z universe, we'll do it over there. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. If you could, give this video a like. It would help me out immensely. If you haven't subbed, go ahead and sub. I'm going to be dropping way more Dragon Ball videos, way more footage that I've captured that I still have, and we can talk shop, we can talk Dragon Ball, because I'm going to make a lot more videos. Alright guys, this is Kenny. Thank you for watching, and 5 time. Peace guys, I'll see you in the next video.